Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather This Morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome into Mississippi Live Weather This Morning. As I was on, it's 6:30 and 7. This is all anybody wanted to tell me about. So I want to show you what's going on this morning across the area. Some of us seeing some snow flurries. And honestly, looking at this camera over in Adenton, a little bit heavier than previously thought as well. You can see those flurries in the distance. Roadways looking pretty decent over there in portions of the Golden Triangle region, especially in comparison to what's happening in my backyard over here in Tate County. And I know across a good portion of the region, roadways are not looking like this. So that's kind of an exception. The further south and east that you go, Golden Triangle region and those sitting off to the south of that, a little bit waking up with better conditions out there this morning, and also waking up with some flurries out there. You can see, though, they still got some ice accumulation out there that is showing up on one of our cameras as well. But right now, some snow flurries over in the Golden Triangle region. Most of us not waking up to this, but a few of us are, and coming down pretty heavily right now. Not necessarily looking at any additional impacts with this, as it is snow out there, but overall, hey, a few snow flurries for some of us waking up this morning. 18 over in Adenton, so definitely chilly over there. Want to show you a few more looks of where that snow is falling this morning. This is over in Maben. They were seeing some of it. I'm looking at that camera, not necessarily. Yeah, you can see it kind of in the tree line distance. Not as prevalent. You couldn't see it as much as that other camera, but still seeing a few snow flurries over in Maben as well. And you can kind of see those trees looking like that darker color. Ice definitely setting up on trees over in Maben and across the area that we're still dealing with. So I encourage you, just like this weekend, make sure you're not taking a lot of time to walk under trees and do things of that sort, because we're still seeing those heavy conditions and those trees weighed down. And the longer that ice sticks around, the more that weight is going to be staying on trees. And again, we could see trims and branches start to fall even throughout the day today as well. So still staying safe from that. Temperatures in Maben, 18. And again, let me know if you're seeing snow this morning. Let me know in the chat. I'm keeping an eye on it. Snow flurries in western Noxubee County. So again, it's mainly in the very southern and eastern portion of our region, from like, I would say, Webster, Clay County, portions of Monroe County, Oktibbeha, Choctaw, Lowndes, Winston, Noxubee County. Those are the areas we're watching. I'll show you it on radar in just a second, because I did adjust our radar so we could see it a little bit better. Can see it clearly over in Oktibbeha County, those waking up over in Starkville to some snow flurries as well. You can see this on the campus of Mississippi State out there this morning. Temperatures definitely cold enough for it, 18 with a feels like of 6. So that's why I say anything that is falling this morning is snow out there. So seeing some flurries across the area for some. I need to look out my window. I don't think we're seeing them over here in Tate County. Here's a look at where we are seeing them. Kind of having to show you this in motion. Some of this blue is what we like to call ground clutter. The radar beam kind of set lower so we can pick up these flurries. So it's picking up some other things as well. But take a look at, we're seeing some brighter blues. You can see that on 45 between Brooksville and Columbus. You can see it. Look at Aberdeen. See that kind of brighter blue that showed up between Aberdeen and West Point? That's what we're watching for those snow flurries kind of pushing through this morning. Some precipitation on the backside of this system, making for a few flurries out there. Shouldn't impact you very much. And most of us, again, not seeing that. Shouldn't lead to additional impacts or accumulations. But some of us, again, waking up with snow flurries this morning. When we see snow here in North Mississippi, we got to talk about it. So that's a look at that. Here's a few things you need to know as you're waking up with this morning. Frigid nights are going to continue. It is just downright cold out there. It's going to be even colder tomorrow. And the good thing is, though, we're going to be seeing afternoons above freezing. Not this afternoon, but over the next few, that will help lend in those melting efforts. But power outages still remain our top priority and a top concern out there because of this right here. It's going to be so cold tomorrow. It's cold already. It's going to be even colder tomorrow morning. And those without power and any adequate way to heat their house, that remains very dangerous out there, especially if they can't get to warming centers or, again, any way to heat up their house. It's just very concerning over there. So cold temperatures expected tonight and tomorrow morning. An extreme cold warning has been issued for here in North Mississippi, but I want to show you it more region-wide. It's any of those dark blue colors. We have that in New Mexico, good portion of the state of Texas and Oklahoma, the entire state of Arkansas, Louisiana, and Mississippi included, and this extreme cold warning, including, again, all of North Mississippi included in this, all the way till Tuesday afternoon. So cold conditions expected this morning, today, all the way into your Tuesday morning, prompting the National Weather Service to issue this extreme cold warning. Take a look at temperatures out there right now in the teens across the area, maybe some 20s a little bit further south you go in Macon and Aliceville, but a majority of us in the teens this morning. You can kind of see where that purple cutoff is from the low teens to the middle teens, 12 in Tate County, 12 over in Marshall County, and then we'll see 16 New Albany, 16 Oxford, 15 over in Booneville. So definitely some very cold conditions out there this morning. Not great, again, for folks that don't have adequate heating. So we're keeping an eye on temperatures and power outages kind of coupled together here this morning. That's also, though, allowing for any precipitation that is flying out there. I know that there's snow out there to be snow. Again, shouldn't add to your impacts or your accumulations. Let's talk about those power outages this morning before we do move forward. Power outages are across the area, but let's talk about who's seeing the most, right? I want to show you and bring your attention to those counties that are in purple and in red: Alcorn, Tippah County, Benton County, Union County, Lafayette County, Yalobusha County, Tallahatchie, Grenada, LaFleur, Carroll, Montgomery, Holmes, and Humphreys. Those are the main counties we're watching that have, again, peak power outages. We're talking about power outages over 50% of the county, and some of that over 80% in those purple counties without power out there still this morning. So very concerning out there. We know crews are trying to get out and about to bring people's heat and lights back on. But here's the thing, roadways, you know, why haven't you been out there? Because it's not safe. We don't encourage it. Crews working the same, having to get out and about when and where is most safe. So they're going to be out over the next few days. I encourage patience with them. Here's a camera over in Batesville this morning. Definitely seeing some ice over there in Batesville. I want to talk about power outages a little bit longer before we get into your overall forecast. So allow me to kind of switch over here to show you overall numbers in terms of power outages this morning. So looking at this, here's a look at, you can find this if you want to look it up as well, powerautages.us, or you can search Mississippi power outages. This color table, a lot like ours in our system, showing the overall percentages and numbers. But taking a look statewide, there are over 150,000 people without power throughout the state of Mississippi right now. And a majority of those people lie within North Mississippi. So definitely something that we're keeping an eye on, and just praying for the folks that, again, are without power. And also praying for the crews that are going to be out over the next few days, restoring power to our communities. And that's why we just encourage patience out there. But you can see kind of the customers out. If I move out, that's how many customers are out. Again, it's kind of estimated. And then also outages by county. Lafayette County, almost 20,000 people. Alcorn County, almost 14,000 people this morning. So a lot of folks waking up still this morning without any power out there in very cold conditions. That just couples with very dangerous situations for folks that are unable to heat their homes. So I encourage you, if you know anybody out there that doesn't have adequate heating and you do, be neighborly, take them in, especially during the overnight hours and early morning if you can. I know a lot of people, there's warming centers opening up, but it's kind of treacherous out there. It's not great conditions to be getting out and about. So again, just be neighborly as we head over the next few days as much as you can. In terms of power outages, I know our electric companies are doing their best to get out and about, right, to restore power. They're getting a lot of phone calls from across the area. I know you're trying to let them know that you don't have power. A really good way that you can stay in touch with your power association. One is to know who you have, right? Now, I'm guessing a lot of us know that by now, but also on their social media pages. Tom Bigby does a really good job about updating their folks within their social media pages about what they're doing and how many people have been restored, how many people are currently out. And they did that at 10 p.m. last night. I noticed this because if you've been following our meteorologist, Matt Lawpon, he is under the Tom Bigby Electric Power Association. He got power back last night. So we're thankful for them continuing to restore not only him, but a lot of people across the area. And here was their update. Another challenging night, but they've made a lot of progress. This was yesterday again. They've restored over 1,000 people, and the current outage is around 3,800. So they're still working, kind of bringing crews in and getting to stopping points because it's not safe for them, again, to go out when it's so cold, things able to refreeze, and just at night, not able to see kind of as well. So really good way to get a hold of your power company and get updates from them is on their social media pages. I encourage you to check those with your power company, as a lot of them are updating within their Facebook pages and things of that sort. One more good tool for you this morning, and then we'll get into your overall forecast out there, is a look at this. This is the MississippiLive.com/closings page. And again, I continue to keep an eye on the chat this morning. A lot of people are still talking about the snow. Yes, we are dealing with a few snow flurries out there this morning. But overall, school closings. Most of our school districts are closed today. You can see there over in Alcorn County. This is in alphabetical order, but you can also select your county if you wanted to right at the top. But this is, again, listing all of them in alphabetical order. Corinth School District, again, closed Monday and Tuesday. The Alcorn County or Alcorn School District closed Monday and Tuesday. So a lot of counties, especially those hit hard like Alcorn County, have went ahead and made the call for Monday and Tuesday. Of course, we'll continue to update this. Administrators continuing to update this, and you can go on this page and kind of scroll through and see what counties have kind of listed their school closures on this as well. There's also a few businesses like Little Hoots Childcare and Learning Center. We're allowing for a few businesses. If you have Franklin Furniture, again, a good amount of people within your staff, we're putting this on there as well, closed over in Chickasaw County as well. So again, just another helpful website for you. This is MississippiLiveWeather.com/closings. This is on our website. You can also see it on our app as well. So those are a few helpful things out there for you this morning. Let's get into the forecast, shall we? So pulling this back up, our camera that's over in Batesville, making it full screen out there for you. Batesville, you can see that camera. That's not a smudge or somebody's finger on there. That's ice that is frozen over that camera, but it's still working. Our cameras have done exceptionally well, provided to us again by the North Mississippi Storm Chasers out there. That one might be frozen though, but overall, a lot of them have stayed okay, like this one over in Mabin that I've continued to show you. Again, we do know that there is some snow flying, especially within Webster, Clay, Oktibbeha, Choctaw, Lowndes, Winston, Noxubee County. Those are the counties we're watching for a few snow flurries to take place. Some of it a little bit heavier than previously thought. Still, though, shouldn't lead to much accumulation. Should be kind of moving off as we head over the next hour or so and not adding to any additional impacts out there. Let's talk about your temperatures over the first 12 hours. It's going to be a cold day ahead. Before things get warmer, we're looking at a very cold Monday. So in the teens, most of us by 8 a.m. still sticking in the teens, 20s out there for your afternoon, 20 by 11, middle 20s. A lot of us is where we're going to be topping off. Some sunshine out there that should help aid in a little bit of melting efforts, but conditions still very cold and turning even colder overnight. We're already 12 by 8. That will show you just how cold things are going to be getting out there for your Tuesday morning. So let's track this cold. Look at this. On Monday, a majority of the United States into your Monday afternoon is going to be below freezing and sticking below freezing. That is how cold this air is and how far south it's made it. Going into your Tuesday, we will see a little bit of a backtrack in this cold. It moves well off to the east, and we're allowing temperatures to get above freezing Tuesday and also into Wednesday as well, as that cold still continues to sit mainly off to our east. So that's going to help aid, again, in some warming efforts, some melting efforts as we head Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of our upcoming work week. We'll talk next about just how warm things get and also when colder air comes back in the forecast, because it is coming back. So your full 7-day forecast, again, we'll talk about those temperatures getting above freezing, all coming up right after this.
Look at Wanda, ready to rock her big presentation. But first, lunch. Sweet Pepper's Deli. Delicious, celebratory, but is it quick? The Cobb salad. Tender oven roasted chicken, topped with cheese. Prepared, plated, and served in 6 minutes? Is this for real? Well, of course. Well done, Wanda. Sweet Pepper's Deli. Yes, ma'am. Life is sweet.
People tell me how lucky my daughter is to have been adopted. But really, we're the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
What I thought was a complete life was nowhere near complete. But it is now.
Learn about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Maggye McCauley.
Hey, welcome back into Mississippi Live Weather. I'm meteorologist Maggye McCauley. Thanks as always for tuning in with us, for sticking with us over the weekend. It's been a long weekend, right, for everybody, including us here in Mississippi Live Weather. So we've been working through the weekend around the clock to bring you what's been going on and the latest impacts. I want to talk about your future cast, your forecast, your next 7 days ahead. But I have to hit on this first because everybody's talking about what's behind me. This Mississippi Live Mama Justice radar this morning, seeing some flurries happening from places like Itawamba County, stretching down to Monroe County, Oktibbeha, Lowndes County, Noxubee County included in this. So you can see kind of that blue color ushering in some flurries that could be on the moderate to heavy side at times as they begin to usher through the area. Shouldn't impact you too much, right? This is happening right now. It's looking to move off as we head over the next hour. Just some kind of lingering precip on the backside of this system, impacting some of our counties that are closer to that Alabama state line. Yes, it's falling. Some of it may stick, but it's not looking to add too much to our impacts, right? Very light in nature for a lot of us. Some of us a little bit heavier, but overall, this isn't looking to last very long. So not impacting you too much as you head into your morning. I hope most of us, even in these counties, are staying off the roadways this morning still anyway. So that's a look at where that's happening. Again, Itawamba County, Monroe County, Clay, Oktibbeha, Lowndes, Noxubee County, dealing with a few flurries out there this morning. Want to show you the best view that I've seen of it so far. That's over in Adeton in our Oktibbeha County, one of those cameras provided to us by the North Mississippi Storm Chasers. You can see it really coming down there pretty heavily. So that's still happening over there in Adeton. Still seeing, though, roadways actually looking pretty decent in comparison to what we have here in Tate County and what a lot of us I know are happening up south or up north of us as well. Again, I'm continuing to look at the chat and making sure that I'm keeping an eye on everything. If you guys do have any questions, someone's saying, am I correct in saying that ice is some of the reason or adding to the reason today is so cold? When we do see ice and snow packed in to our counties, we do see temperatures I'm not going to get into that, but yes, it can add into overall temperatures dipping down and staying cold. It kind of reflects the sunlight. So that is a reason why we are so cold today, other than just cold temperatures that have really just settled down here in the southern United States. We're even seeing some of us this morning, even down in the coast, starting in the 30s. So very cold air has made it far south, and it is sticking around for your day ahead. Here's another live look over in Macon out there. Not inconceivable for them to see a few flurries out there, but overall I'm not seeing it within that camera. Temperatures 20 degrees, feeling more like 6. Amory 18 degrees, feeling more like 3. You can see kind of that camera shaking, 16 miles an hour winds, a little bit brisk out there this morning. Keep an eye on that because we're still seeing ice on things like trees and power lines. You add in a little bit of a wind, it allows for shaking and the potential of, again, some power disruptions and also branches to fall as well. So keep an eye on that this morning. We encourage you yet again to stay inside if you can, but we do know there's some flurries ongoing across the area, at least this morning. Temperature-wise, going to be cold out there. Teens from 9 to 10 a.m. We do get in the 20s this afternoon. Overall, still very cold out there across the area. 20s are where most of us are going to be sitting even to your afternoon. Even some of us, the very far north and western corner you go of the state, could stay in the teens. Holly Spring looking at a high today of 19. South Haven, 18. Tunica, 19. So very cold, high temperatures. A lot of us, though, in the 20s, 26 in Bruce, 29 Houston, 29 Amory, 26 in Lee County, 25 New Albany. A little bit warmer the further south you go, 30 showing up from Macon to Aliceville. But a majority of us, in the 20s today, and below freezing as well. So we are going to be seeing some sunshine, but overall very cold conditions. Even some of us seeing record minimum high temperatures across North Mississippi and across a good portion of the South, from Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas as well. You can see even extended further from that red kind of coloring and circle across a good portion of the central and southern United States, seeing high temperatures 20 up to 40 degrees below normal. So some very cold air has made it far south. That's the main story that we're going to be talking about today, is just how cold it's going to be and how long are these cold conditions going to be sticking around. Here's the good news is we are going to be seeing some sunshine today. That will help aid in a little bit of melting. But here's the thing, as we head overnight into your Tuesday, things do stay clear, and we're looking at the coldest night of the next 7 on Tuesday morning, when some of us are still without power. And when, again, those melting efforts can take place, things will definitely refreeze overnight. So still not great conditions out there for your Tuesday, especially with those without a way to heat their house. That's a very dangerous situation. As we head into your Tuesday afternoon, the good news is we will see a really nice warm up for Tuesday and some sunshine out there as well into your Tuesday afternoon. Take a look at tomorrow, planner ahead. Most of us are going to start out in the single digits out there on your Tuesday morning. It is going to be very, very cold. So start off your Tuesday, and then we will start our warm up. We'll be in the 30s. That's a really big warm up. Starting off at 7, in the 30s by noon. Most of us going to be topping off near 40 degrees with sunshine. 40s and sunshine, that is going to help a lot in our melting efforts across North Mississippi on your Tuesday. So that is some good news. However, we have to get through today first. So that's not until Tuesday when we'll start to see some good, really melting take place across the board here in North Mississippi. Temperatures will dip back into the 20s as we head 7 o'clock and on out there on your Tuesday. Here's a look at high temperatures across the board out there for tomorrow. Some of us, could stay in the 30s, but still above freezing for the most part, from Oxford, Holly Springs, Water Valley as well. The further east that you go, in the 40s. 40 Houston, 40 Amory, 39 Tupelo, 40 in Starkville. These are the temperatures we want to see in sunshine that will help aid in the melting efforts, that will help be able to get those crews back on the roadways to restore power. Rain chances ahead, nada. Maybe I should have thrown in a 5% chance for the flurries that we're seeing right now for some of us. But for most of us, not seeing anything from today all the way through your weekend. We were looking at the weekend, right? We were taking an eye on a potential system that was coming in for the weekend and very cold temperatures. The good news is that system has looked to move off to the south and east, not impacting us here in North Mississippi. I could say for all of us here at Mississippi Live Weather, we are glad for that because we need a break, right? We have enough to cover right now. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. 20s today, 30s out there for your day tomorrow, or near 40 anyway, and 40 on Wednesday and Thursday as well. So some days and afternoons above freezing. That is what we need. So very cold conditions do return after that though, but I will say Tuesday and Wednesday with a lot of sunshine and temperatures near 40, that will really, really help aid in those melting efforts. That will help with roadways, that will help with the crews getting back, able to work on power lines and everything of that sort. So some good afternoons upcoming other than today. Here's the thing though, temperatures do return cold as we head Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So even though we see a few days above freezing, colder air does filter back in as we head Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So a very cold 7-day forecast. That's why we're continuing to keep our eye on power outages, because with these cold conditions sticking around for 7+ days, especially overnight lows in the teens for a majority of those days, and people without power potentially through the week, is just not a great situation, right? Very dangerous to be without power for that long, no way to heat your house, no able to get out of your house. So that's why we just encourage you, check on your neighbors out there, check on your church members, your friends, your family, whatever you want to say, especially those that are without power. As we head over the next 7 days, continue to check up on them when and where you can. I know people ask, is it true for a redo next weekend? The answer is no, and thank goodness, right? So we're not tracking any precipitation this weekend as of late. We're looking at that precipitation that we were looking at potentially for the weekend to be more south and east of us. But hey, if any of that changes, you can check right back up with us at 5, 6, and 10. We will make sure to be on our meteorologist, Matt Lawpon, keeping you up to date of everything that's going to be going on. He'll have an updated look at power outages, updated from any officials that he talks to as well. So you'll make sure to want to tune in then. Of course, he'll have an updated look at your 7-day forecast going into the weekend at 5, 6, and 10. Thank you so much for sticking with us again here in North Mississippi at Mississippi Live Weather. I'll be right back on with you here on a cold Tuesday morning. We'll talk more at 6:30 tomorrow morning.
March 24th, 2023 was a normal Friday. You know, we knew the weather was not good, but we needed to take shelter, and we didn't have shelter. My husband and almost 2-year-old daughter, Ethan and Riley, they did lose their lives in the storm. We're still recovering from it. We'll always be recovering from it. Matt Lawpon cares about the community. He's not just there to collect a paycheck. I feel like Matt Lawpon has proven himself trustworthy